let's see if we can onboard you to machine learning in a slightly easier way. So let's give you a quick intro to Google Cloud and talk about some of the developer tools that we have. So what is Google Cloud? So Google Cloud is a bunch of machines sitting in some giant data centers that we have around the world. This one is a picture of the one, I believe, I think it's Oklahoma or Iowa, but I can't be sure. I haven't been to these. But anyway, so inside Google Cloud are all of our services that you're probably used to using, like Google Search and YouTube and Gmail. They're running on all these machines. One of the cool things is that our cloud is basically taking our technologies and sort of like making it available to all of you. So if you actually use our cloud and become a customer, then your app actually will run, in the same racks in the same machines. We don't have a special area or a special data center just for customer workloads. All of your stuff runs alongside our stuff. So anything that we do to sort of, to make our machines more stable, to make our network faster, to make our services more reliable, all our customers get those benefits as a result. We don't differentiate between our workloads and yours. And if you want to learn more about our data centers, there's a link down there that you can take a look at. Okay, so what is Google Cloud? So Google Cloud has at least two, we have two large product groups that you're probably very familiar with. The first one is cloud platform. So that's the one I'm mostly going to be spending my time on. So this is the virtual, our collection of machines, big disk, machine learning, security, networking, all of those tools that you sort of expect in a cloud platform. And then we also have G Suite, which is Gmail, Google Drive, Calendar, Doc Sheets, and Slides. One caveat to G Suite is while people think that, oh, the left side is for developers and the right side is for users, that's not quite true, because G Suite had, behind most of the G Suite applications, there's also a developer API, so you can actually code them as well as be a user. All right, so how can we help all of you? So obviously we have virtual machines and GPUs and TPUs, lots of big disk, as well as other forms of data storage. We let you create your own network, subnets. We have our pre-trained machine learning model, so that's what we're going to look at tonight. But we also have container hosting. We also give you the infrastructure to help you build the machine learning models. We also have a lot of serverless compute and data services. We can also provide additional or emergency compute and storage capacity. If you have on-prem, but you need backup just in case bad things happen, we're there for you. And then, of course, you're already familiar with all the productivity tools in G Suite. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the building block APIs. There are 6 of them. And so just high-level overview as to what they are. We have the Vision API, the Video Intelligence API. We have a pair of speech APIs, speech to text and text to speech. So I'll go over each of these in a little bit more detail. We have natural language, and then we have the API for Google Translate. So so what are these APIs? So basically, as you sort of got the hint, when you're doing machine learning, you have to go through collecting of the data, building and training of the model, and then you have to validate it, and then you can make predictions, right? Everybody understands that flow. However, not everybody has the skill set to do the building and the training. So what these APIs are is we're taking models that have already been created by Google. So what we call these pre-trained models. So these were models developed at Google by by my colleagues on the Google research team or the Google Brain team. And what we're doing is we're putting them behind an API so that when you call the API, you can go straight, you're going straight into the inference and the predictive phase. You're skipping all of the training. You're just using our models. And you can give us some data, and then we can tell you, we give you predictions on that data. Okay, and so this is using the same technologies as what powers our products that I showed you earlier. And the best thing about these is that you don't have to have any knowledge of machine learning in order to take advantage of it. So, the bottom line is if you can call an API, then you can leverage the power of machine learning. So if you want to learn more about these APIs, there's a link down at the bottom. Okay. So what are some of the other products that we have? So we're focusing on the ML API. So on the left side of the spectrum here, I'm going to sort of like look at this from the application developer perspective. We're not data scientists, But if you were a data scientist, you would start to, depending on, what level of a data scientist you are, you're going to start sliding over to the right. And then at the very right-hand side, you are a full-on data scientist. You are using PyTorch or TensorFlow. You are building and training your own machine learning models with your own infrastructure. You're getting your own GPUs, you're getting your own TPUs, and you're doing everything yourself. And apparently you have some DevOps and sysadmin skills, okay? So that's the other end of the spectrum. Maybe you are a data scientist, but you don't want to worry about the hardware, about setting things up, about getting GPUs. So we have another product called ML Engine, which is part of our AI platform, which handles all of the hardware work for you. So yes, you can still build things with TensorFlow, scikit-learn, PyTorch, but you don't have to think about the hardware. So ML Engine handles everything for you. It gives you a fully managed infrastructure with which you can build, train, and deploy your machine learning models. And then as we make our way towards the left again, between being an app developer and a data scientist, you may be sort of like in the middle, okay, where you're kind of new to machine learning, you know how to use the APIs, but you really want to start building and training models, but you're not quite ready for it yet. You're kind of starting to look into TensorFlow and PyTorch, but you really aren't fully ready yet. So we have a product for you, and that's called AutoML. So I'll go over that as well.